So I wanted to talk about my teaching philosophy. It kind of started a little bit early, and it's developed throughout the years ever since finishing up my undergrad as a music education major and then starting out my credential program. So I would say it started early on, where I was still a musician, a part of a music program. I was playing all this really fun music that I really enjoyed. It was sometimes complicated, challenging, or sometimes just really fun to listen to. So that's when I said, "Oh, you know what? When I teach music, I want to play those songs again. I want to be able to conduct them. I want to let my students listen and enjoy that music like I did, hoping that it would benefit them like the way I did." Um, But eventually that changed near the later point of pretty much the end of my undergraduate to the point of the start of my credential program, where when we teach music, we can't really do what we want to do because we're one person amongst 7 billion people in the world, and we're teaching hundreds of kids every single year, and they're all very different. So I've come to the establishment that I can't only think about myself. I have to think about who my students are, what kind of musicians they are, and what their ability is. So so probably I would have a list of songs that like I'd want to go through because educationally they're very good and beneficial for the student, but I also have to take into account if they can actually do it and what they might be able to gain from it, because I don't think every student that I'm going to have is going to like the same music that I like or respond to it in a way that benefited me. So I got to be on my toes about it constantly. I plan to check in with them occasionally to see, do they like this? Is this something that they'd want to pursue? And if it's a general basis that everybody likes it, then yeah, I'll move on with it. But it's just the fact that I can't just throw out my ideas. I have to start small and then work my way out with the kids, because the classroom in the music classroom is it should revolve around the students. If they aren't getting what they want, then they're not gonna want to stay. Teaching the classroom isn't gonna be fun for me, and them trying to learn in that classroom isn't gonna be very fun either. So those are kind of the ideas that I'm thinking about so far. But looking forward to like the end of my credential program and slowly becoming a teacher, I really want to try to focus on being able to understand my students enough to the point where I can look at a piece of music and immediately say, this is for my kids, or no, we shouldn't play this. Because there were many times where I was playing a piece of music, let's say like in high school or in college, where I was just like, this is not right, you know? Like maybe it was too easy, or maybe it was just way too complicated for me. But like we most of the musicians would be struggling, or we just wouldn't really like it. But when you look at the director's all like, yes, this is great, let's just keep going, I know it's hard, but we gotta just keep going, you know. And it's yeah, I gotta be sensitive towards my students. I want to believe that they're the best musicians that they can be, and that they're striving to constantly be better. But there's just a point where you have to kind of just hold them back and let them learn the basics first, so that once that foundation has been set, you I can eventually move on to the more complicated stuff, but at the same time fun stuff. Because let's be honest, in music, fun music is more complicated, it's a lot harder, it's more challenging, but in the end, you really benefit a lot from it. And I think that's what I really want to focus on when I first begin my journey as a music educator is start off simple. It's gonna be tough on everyone, including me, because I hate starting off so slow. But it's necessary to gain that foundation so that by the time me and my students are ready to move on, we can move on and keep going at a comfortable pace that I think is appropriate for a wide variety of students. So that's my philosophy, and yeah, I'm gonna continue to work on it. I'm gonna continue to what's the word? Refine it, and hopefully it works out in the end.